my younger days, I never really had any experience with character creators. The Tony Hawk series, or more specifically, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, changed all of that. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, or TIPS 2, was the first game where the character creator really impacted me. Sure, it's pretty simple compared to today's standards, but come on, at the time, I was blown away. Having a custom skater where I could pick his hair, his clothing, and get this, even his skateboard. It was the first time where I could decide exactly how my character looks and then play with that character and all the decisions I made throughout the game. I just thought that was really cool. Since then, character creators have gotten pretty impressive, and some not so much. Games like Skyrim and Dark Souls have really robust character creators, but at least in my experience, all the characters I create end up coming out looking really wonky. Like Babyface Boo Boo here. Games such as Madden and Fight Night, on the other hand, are just as in-depth, but they definitely go for a more realistic approach to things. The coolest thing about these creators is that you can take a picture that you upload to the game servers, and then the character creator will create a character based off that picture you upload. This way, you can have some amazing pay-per-view worthy matchups, such as Justin Bieber versus Mike Tyson, Harry Potter versus Mike Tyson, or my personal favorite, Max Meinhardt versus Bart Valeria. Bart Valeria! Goes up top with a way on the okay, so this is definitely the most impressive character creator that I've come across, but it's not my favorite. Soul Calibur 5 takes the cake there, not only because it's probably the wackiest, but it's also the most fun. The Soul Calibur 5 creator offers the perfect balance between crazy wackiness, depth, and ease of use. This way, when your friends come over, you can take turns making these crazy characters that you each put your personal touches into, but then you can jump right into the game after making them in no time at all. For whatever reason though, when I use this creator, I always end up taking a long time making these characters. Long enough where I actually start to create backstories for some of them. So today I just wanted to share with you guys 3 of my characters. No, scratch that! 3 of my friends I created. First up, we have future Morgan Freeman, or FUMF for short. The first thing people usually comment on are the spots covering his uniform. To the uninformed, they might look like silly cow print pattern, but no, those are actually Morgan's magnificent freckles that took over his body and created the suit for him. Now, why would they do such a thing? Well, that's because, guys, in the future universe, parallel universe, where this Morgan Freeman came from, the world is in its next ice age. I know, pretty crazy, right? Polar caps melting? More like polar caps unmelting. And that's also why he uses 2 giant icicles for swords. And the antennas? Antennas? I mean, guys, how is this supposed to see? He uses sonar and echolocation like a bat. He cleans the icicles together. He's basically like Daredevil, but a lot cooler. Shots fired at Daredevil! Next in line is Prison Tom. Prison Tom was once the star inmate of prison, but due to his terrible case of jaundice, he became blind. The guards took pity on him, so they let him free. So now, Prison Tom spends the rest of his days under house arrest. Problem was that Prison Tom was in this gang in prison called the Butterfly Bitches, hence his giant ass tattoo with a butterfly on his back. Now, every day, he has to practice his fighting skills to make sure that he's always ready in case an attacker comes and tries to dethrone him from the leader of the Butterfly Bitches. He practices on his front lawn non-stop, hoping to instill fear into a would-be attacker by wearing his cutoff shorts. Now you would think practicing fighting all day would really tire him out, but luckily his nunchuck bananas are not only a deadly weapon, but they double as an energizing snack too. Our last, but certainly not least friend, is Brittany. Brittany was once a simple college girl who was just trying to get to her friend's mountain house so she could unwind and have a nice relaxing vacation. Sadly, when her car broke down, she encountered the dreaded deer. The dreaded deer ended up cursing her, and now she's forced to spend the rest of her days as a deer college girl hybrid. And the bad news is that no doctors can come up with a cure to cure Brittany of this terrible, terrible disease. She's gonna hunt down that dreaded deer and hope that killing him will rid her of this terrible curse once and for all. Will she ever encounter and fight this elusive beast again? Or will Derek have to accept her new look? For that, I do not know. But what I do know is that these friends are made for one badass superhero crime fighting team. And maybe sort of? Think about it. The Avengers is pretty crazy. Captain America and Brittany are basically the same character. Plus or minus Ant-Man, of course. Right? I think I know what needs to be done now.